everyone. Happy New Year. Oops. Okay, so going into the reticular activating system again in relation to, okay, so that one's clear now. Okay. So let's have another look at the periventricular survival system. Okay, there's still something little in the subclossal gyrus, which is to do with that frustration and anger at previously not achieving our goals. And hold out for me. And because in theory there's up to 7 generations of how we cope with stress and tension stored in the subclossal gyrus, it can actually be the nervous system holding us back, not because of our stuff, but because of our parents or grandparents or great-grandparents or great-great-grandparents or great-great-great-grandparents. And if you imagine how many human beings there are in 7 generations, there's a lot of old tension and trauma that can be stored in that. And it's making the body want to run away. So when you feel yourself want to run away from doing a task that's going to make your life better, think about it. Is it actually worthwhile having your dreams and goals shut down because we're fearful of the first step? Okay. Anything else in the PVSS? Because I want to go conscious in a minute and check the connections between the left and right sides of our collective brains. Okay. Am I ready to reread the goals again? No, not yet. Okay, there's still more. That's fine. But it's not in the PVSS. Do we need a correction or a diffusion? We need another diffusion at this point. ESR, oscillation chakra, essence, cranial, chi keys, tuning forks. There's something electrical. Okay, we're just going to have a few drops of a homeopathic. So this one's called Nerve Z, and it's toxins that get in our brains and stop us from being able to, have that energy we need to achieve what we want. So let me just have a squeeze. Yeah, so it can be heavy metals, it can be toxins, it can be all sorts of things. But anyway, so this gives us an energetic dose of ginkgo biloba, which helps short-term memory, Bakel skullcap, which helps long-term memory. It just helps that brain energy feel that little bit sparkier. So how many drops do we need? Okay, so about 5 drops. Okay, 5 drops. 5 drops, son.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's a bit nice and relaxed.
I was aware of you talking about it.
But the thought did an action, marry an action. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so where are we up to next? So we're ready to go conscious? Yes, we are. Okay. So firstly, let's just make sure the logical and creative sides of the brain are connected in relation to achieving our dreams and goals. And hold. Yeah, not quite. More creativity, more logic. Releasing old pain and punishment circuits that have blocked us. So you want to have those people in your world who are supportive of your dreams and goals, as opposed to listening to the people who don't pay attention and support your dreams and goals. And sometimes if you don't have anyone, it's about finding a energetic connection in your brain. Like, just say your grandma was your best friend. So you could visualize your grandma and you having a conversation where she's the most supportive and wonderful person in the world, helping you to believe that you can achieve your goals. Okay, so in relation to corpus callosum action in supporting us achieve our dreams and goals. And hold, beautiful. Okay, in relation to trust and trust issues around believing and achieving our dreams and goals. And hold. Yep. So when we don't trust that we can do something, our brain doesn't want to go there, so it runs away. It's like a kid doing his homework who knows it's hard. Why would he want to bother doing it? So release that, escape, submission, freeze. Know that when you hit that block, you're willing to move forward. Get on through that first hurdle. Trust and trust issues. And hold, beautiful. Now the next little area we're going is the anterior commissure. This is our problem solving area. So anterior commissure. And hold. This is the area where we take everything we know and we sort it out. We find the holes in our problem, in our goals, you know, and then we go and find solutions for that. It's very solution oriented, our frontal cortex, when it's up and running. There's two things going on. We get frustrated when we can't just move forward, and that then switches off the pleasure reward centers, which is basically switching off the dopamine in the frontal cortex, so therefore we lose our enthusiasm. But it's a combination holding us back from finding those solutions. Okay, so anterior commissure. And hold, beautiful. And conversely, the main thing that shuts down that anterior commissure is feeling sad, despondent, depressed. And hold. Yeah, so when we're sad, despondent, depressed, shuts down our frontal cortex, makes us want to run away. When we're not feeling great, we know that we're not going to achieve as much. But sometimes once we get started, we actually feel quite fine. Sadness, despondency, depression. And hold. Fantastic. Okay, next. Okay. We're going to do a connection from the two sides of the amygdala, left to right. So the amygdala is that little nucleus between the left and right side that connects our logical emotions to our creative emotions. It's not quite like that, but I'll explain it in a sec. So left to right amygdala, and hold. So there's only 250 million neurons that connect the left and right amygdala, but if that commissure, that connection between the two aren't connected, once we get stuck in an emotion, and don't forget the amygdala is that spot of fight and flight, rage and anger, that where we go into when we're not feeling safe and secure. So when we are under stress, if our brain doesn't find a logical, creative answer, it goes into the amygdala, and the amygdala finds our solution. Sometimes rage is the solution, sometimes escaping is the solution, sometimes fear is the solution, because that is what we grab from our collective past to get in a situation where we can deal with something. If you're someone who never stands up for someone and you go into rage and all of a sudden you speak your truth, you might go over the top, but that can be the way that you actually speak up for yourself. So connecting the left and right amygdala so that we have more power to access logical and creative once the stress calms down. Okay, so left to right amygdala. And hold, perfect. And then next one is the hippocampus. Now this is a major memory center. We need it up and running, hold, because this is where, once again, thinking about your dreams and goals, fear of failure. And hold, yeah, not a lot of energy in there. So when we have failed in the past and we haven't felt great about it, it's a huge sabotage to making us want to try again. And it's straight into escape, submission, freeze, the brain just wanting to run away. And it's those people who are willing to get up and try again that often make that top 5% of people who achieve so much in this world. They just keep on, shunting themselves forward over and over again, regardless of what they've tried and lost and tried and lost. They just keep on getting up again. Fear of failure. And hold, beautiful. Fear of success. And hold. Yeah, so the fear of success is even creating an escape, submission, freeze. So when you're writing down your dreams and goals, it's not a bad idea to look at why you want them. If you want to earn $1 million, why do you want to do that? Who is it for? Is it going to impact on other areas of your life? If that is, are you willing to make those sacrifices? So it's sort of like, it's good to have the goal, absolutely, but we need to also put it in harmony with other areas of our life. If you can keep that work-life relationship, spirit, energy balance, that's great. But the brain, when we're getting a sabotage in there around fear of success, where is that coming from? My dad earned lots and lots of money in his life. He died very young, 44 years old. But he never had extra cash, as kids. He had a very unhealthy lifestyle and he drank and smoked more than most people earned in a week in those days. So if we're wanting money, sort of think about energetically, why do we want it? You don't want to create some burden in your life at the same time, and sometimes the body assumes it's going to be a burden because there's a belief system there. So my belief might be that doesn't matter how much money I earn, I will never have spare cash, because that's what my dad's thing was. Do I have that genetic programming? Okay, so fear of success. And hold, beautiful. Okay, so the next little area we're going to go into for our dreams and goals is short-term and long-term memory pathways and whether or not our brain believes we're going to get something good out of this. And hold. Okay, so that one is short-term memory, basically shutting down. So once again, if you've got a list of your dreams and goals, you've got it up on the dream chart, you've got it on the mirror in your bathroom, you've got it on the sun visor in your car, and you're looking at it every day, then your brain's, you're constantly accessing your short-term memory to go, oh, that's right, that's my goal, that's right, that's my goal. But this little pathway is to do with your brain going, well, what am I going to get out of that? You know, what's the pleasure for me in the short term? Because we know the goal might be long term. So this part of the brain, we're just activating it so that you're enjoying the steps on the way to the goal. Because the journey is the journey. Got to enjoy it. And hold. Beautiful. And hold. Okay. So this one, this short-term memory not supporting you in your dreams and goals because it believes in the past there's been pain or punishment when you've tried to achieve something. And it can be as little as having trouble with your homework, going to your dad and saying, can you help me with my homework? And he says, I'm too busy drinking a beer and watching the news. You know, so therefore you've not achieved your goal because you've been shut down before you start. So sometimes these patterns that are locked into our subconscious brain, they're not huge, but they can make an impact. Why would I ask for help if I'm going to be told no to? So it's about retrusting in your world, retrusting in your tribe that you set up around you, finding those people who are supportive in your world. Even if you have to go outside your current little group of family and friends to find that support network. And hold, beautiful. And now I'm going into long-term memory. And the pleasure reward centers, hold. Yeah, same again. Not as bad as the short-term memory, but not optimal. So this is long-term memories that sort of go, why would I bother trying to achieve my dreams and goals when in the past, in my long-term memories, this has happened and it hasn't worked well for me. So fear, threat, danger of that happening again. Today is a new day. Hold. Hold. Yeah. So, same again, there is an old pain and punishment circuit stored in the long-term memory that's affecting our collective energy about moving forward with our dreams and goals. Beautiful. There was some fear in that pathway. I heard once that fear is false evidence appearing real. So it's old stuff that we believe from our past that's impacting on our ability to move forward, and it can really make a difference as to how we jump into things and move forward. Okay, where do we need to go to next? Okay, we need to do another reticular activating circuit at this stage. Release the assumption that creating dreams and goals are going to create long-term stress. So it's noradrenaline, we're calming down. So we no longer need to believe that creating goals and dreams is stressful. And goals and dreams are just a way of looking forward and creating your future. We want to feel excited. We want to feel like, yep, I'm getting there. there's a point up here on the top of the head, GV20, that's a heart spirit point. We need to connect it with the amygdala. So when you're lying on your back, it's where the top of your head meets the table or the bed. So basically that little spot there, as well as down between here, help to connect your spirit to releasing your frustration, anger, wanting to run away from your goals. So holding those points. Sometimes when we haven't achieved what we've wanted previously in life, it breaks our spirit. And once the spirit is broken, you really have to pull yourself up to be able to try again and move forward. People are amazing what they can do when they put their minds to it. Ah, interesting. So the next little areas we need to do are auditory integration points. So when they shut down around dreams and goals, it's often those people who are in our ears saying, why would you bother looking for that? Why would you bother trying to go to uni? Why would you try to achieve owning your own business? You know, it's that negativity that gets stuck in our head. It's funny, I love my mum to bits, hold out, but 30 years ago when I was studying, or I just started studying natural therapies, she said to me on the phone one day, I hope you haven't paid all the money because you've never achieved a thing in your life. So, like, go mum. Anyway, I'm not sure whether it was stubbornness or the fact that I had paid some money. I don't know, might have been a few grand the first, amount of subjects I did. But it was one of those things that I actually hit her up about it like 10, 15 years ago, and she absolutely denied ever having said anything like that, but she did. And people often don't, and my point is, my mum loves me. She wants me to do well. She wasn't being vindictive or nasty. She would have been fearful that I was going to waste money. So when people are negative about something that you're doing, don't take it into your soul. Sometimes it's their fears that they're projecting onto you. So when auditory integration points show up like this, it can be your own self-negative talk, but it can be things that other people have said to you that make you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't try that. And hold, beautiful. Okay. So are we ready to have another look at our goals? We are. Do we need a diffusion or correction? ESR, oscillation, chakra, essence. Okay, so it's a bark flower essence. So the bark flower essence showing up is oak. Oak is for, so once again, when we're feeling bold and brash and we make these big goals, we're feeling really strong. But you can imagine the oak tree, it's a huge tree and it's got a shallow root system. So it's like, yep, we're gung-ho while everyone's supporting us, and it might be one comment that makes us go, oh, right, maybe I shouldn't try that. So oak is for when we need more strength. Yeah, okay, 4 drops. It's for strength and resilience and hardiness. Okay. Anything else before we read our goals? Okay, beautiful. Let's have a look. I am able to set my goals and achieve my dreams. Hold. I focus on what I want and I allow myself to be the best I can possibly be. Hold. My goals are realistic and achievable in the designated time frame. Hold. I allow myself to shoot for the stars. Hold. What was the extra one we needed? Oh, yeah. It's about knowing where you're going. I know where I am headed and what I need to do. And hold. Beautiful. Now let's just have a look at a few of those psychological reversals. There was safety. It is safe to let go of this problem. Hold. It is safer to keep this problem. Hold. Beautiful. That's what we want. We want to safely release all the issues associated with achieving our goals. I deserve to let go of this problem. Hold. I deserve to keep this problem. Hold. So we need our subconscious brain and our conscious brain to believe we deserve everything we dream. Trust. I trust I can let go of this problem. Hold. I trust it's better to keep this problem. Hold. Perfect. Trust is huge. Okay. So have a think about your dreams and goals. Write them down. Watch this anytime you're feeling like you're getting bamboozled or sabotaged or challenged when you're going through that goal setting process. Even if you're just feeling like you don't have the energy to start, just come back here and allow your brain to feel that it's safe, to feel that you can trust and that you believe that you deserve it. We need to trust in our brains to allow us to achieve our dreams and goals. Let's check our chakras. Okay, so the base chakra is around feeling safe and secure. It is safe to believe in myself. It is safe to achieve my dreams. It is safe to have goals. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Shelby. Hope you all have a fabulous day.